Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Good evening. So I am back. I can't believe I'm already back. I can't believe, well, you know what? I can't believe that this is the title of the video. Okay, Skai Jackson, well, Wannabe Hoodbuga Skai Jackson had to file a restraining order against her baby daddy, Yerk. Did I read that? Yerk? Am I saying that right? Yerk? Yerk. Real name DeAndre Bergen. Yerky. What is that? What is it? Can somebody tell me what that is? What does Yerky mean? Is that like, do I need to go to urbandictionary.com? What is that? What does that mean? Does anybody know? I'm so curious. What does it mean, y'all? What does it mean? By the way, I'm drinking, it's Perk? Is that what it means? Listen, we really gonna get into it because honestly, Skai Jackson is one of those black suburban girls that is just overly infatuated with the hood lifestyle. She reminds me of the girls that I grew up with. You know what it leads you to? Single motherhood. Every last girl that I went to school with in high school that was just so overly infatuated with that hood lifestyle, even though they grew up very well. Parents spoiled them, gave them a car when they turned 16. It's really giving ATL, okay? And they grew up, but they were so overly infatuated with that hood lifestyle, and they ended up being single mothers. Can't make it up. By the way, I'm not drinking THC. I'm not drinking alcohol, but I am drinking Blue Lotus tea. You can also smoke it too if you want to, but I just wanted to share this because this is helping me remember my dreams. Hold on, let me see if I can put it in focus. You can get this from Etsy. It's really, really good. And my dreams are becoming more vivid the more I just stay away from the THC and the alcohol. My dreams are getting more vivid. But honestly, y'all, my dreams are stupid. My dreams are dumb. I'm kind of like, I'm going to give this another week. But like, if my dreams don't get interesting, it's like when you're dreaming about people from your past. And it's like, I don't want to dream about that. I'm thinking I'm dreaming about some new stuff, some new people. I don't know what I thought. But I'm like, I could do without these dreams. So just so you know, to the girlies that maybe you have a hard time remembering your dreams, Blue Lotus is really, really good for that. But you can't do alcohol and you can't do THC. Okay. I should clear my energy. I'm going to try that. I'm going to keep trying different things to see if I can get rid of old energy. Like I did cord cuttings. I did energy release. Maybe I need to go get in some ocean water or spring river water or something. I don't know. I'm going to do something because mugwort, I use that. I have like a dream chaser bag that I put under my pillow, and then I put spring water under my bed. So we're going to see. I'm still playing around with it. Maybe I just need to, maybe the point of remembering like people from my past, maybe I need to like release. So I don't know. Somebody said I need my THC. I know, right? I know. That's why I'm just like, man, let me stop playing because I'm like, listen, I love my little THC drinks. That's why I'm just like, we doing all of this for people in the past. So I can, you know what I like about it though? I can end it all tonight if I wanted to, but I'm like, no, we're gonna finish this out because I know it's something important. But let's go ahead and get into today's video because I just cannot believe the situation, y'all. Skai Jackson, she requested a restraining order against her son's father, DeAndre Bergen, over domestic violence claims. Now, I looked at what she filed, y'all, and it's insane. What she's alleging is actually pretty serious. So in documents that were obtained, Jackson detailed several instances where she was allegedly abused, including one attack when she was holding their newborn son. She's also claiming that Bergen assaulted her earlier this month on Mother's Day. And I've been meaning to ask y'all, how was y'all's Mother's Day? I felt like Mother's Day it felt off. I don't know why. Mother's Day wasn't really giving this year. I don't know if it's because I didn't get to spend Mother's Day with my mother this year or what, but me and my mom, we normally have our annual quality time, but she wasn't able to make it this year. She normally comes visits me for the weekend, but we weren't able to do that. But how was everybody else's Mother's Day? Was it like good? I felt like mine was just a blur. I don't know, but it could just be me. I thought maybe it was just me because my mother couldn't come, but I don't know. Mother's Day was kind of weird. Then she's saying on Mother's Day, while she was holding their son, she alleged that Bergen grabbed her by the hair, slammed her head against the car window, and then punched her in the face. She's also claiming that she experienced domestic violence at the hands of Bergen throughout their relationship. Per the documents, she told the judge that she endured a 6-month period where she would be abused weekly. She alleged that Bergen would choke her, scratch her, and slam her head into walls. Y'all, and then this is her baby daddy, y'all. I just can't believe this. This is... And you know, everyone's going in on Halle. But y'all, I gotta be honest. I feel like the situation with Skai is worse. It's worse. It's way worse. Because this man didn't have nothing. He didn't have nothing to offer her. Nothing. Not a pot to piss in and not a window to pour it out of. Skai, what the hell was you thinking? I want to talk to your mother because I know your mother is just, I know she's disappointed in you because there's no way. This boy didn't have anything, nothing to offer her. So to me, this is worse than Halle Bailey. Nothing. And then I did a little digging. His family too. He has like a cousin that's doing prison time. He has an uncle that's doing prison time. Girl, I don't know what she was thinking. So she's also claiming that in addition to physical abuse, the actress is claiming that he damaged her personal property, including an iPhone and a TV. So again, you know, when someone doesn't have anything to bring to the table, of course they're going to damage your stuff. Of course they're going to mess up your stuff because, you know, they don't have nothing. And then at one point, she is alleging that he demanded she drink bleach to unalive their unborn child while she was pregnant, and claimed he held her at, you do you get what I'm saying? He held her at the, and while walking her to her car, she claimed that he threatened to stab her in the stomach. Oh, I just said it. Damn. I'm not trying to get demonetized. In the stomach if she cried out for help. This is crazy, y'all. She also detailed another incident for which she claims she has a video evidence of. She is alleging that he punched through a bathroom door after she locked herself inside. She claimed that he then slammed her against the wall and choked her until she couldn't breathe. Not only that, y'all, because I did some more digging too. Not only that, I found out that he was threatening to unalive her mother, and that he was threatening to get his cousin to do it. Isn't that something? And then there was another incident. There was another incident where he was slamming her in the kitchen against the kitchen counter. I think it's this. And then had the audacity to post to his Snapchat, or I think his Instagram story, y'all hoes don't cook. And this is why I said she a wannabe Hoodbuga. Because look at this. Look at that. A wannabe. This is crazy. This is just, y'all. She had the world in her hands and she chose the struggle. Who does that? She had y'all, and I don't know about y'all, but my childhood was just a little bit different, okay? My childhood was rough because my parents were strict, but they also were old school where they don't believe in giving you handouts. So just because they got it, it don't mean you have access to that. Like, just because they got it, you're not entitled to that. So everything I received in my childhood, like, I had to work for it. It wasn't, oh, my parents is just going to give me this and give me that. And then when I got to a certain age, probably around the time that I turned 18, I didn't want to ask them for anything because it came with so much control. But I went to school with people where their parents would just give them things. They didn't really have to work for it. Just give it to them. And they would just take what their parents would give them and just like F it off. And that would like really piss me off because I'm like, you don't have to work nearly as hard as I do. And here you are just taking what your parents are doing for you for granted. And that would like really, really piss me off. And I feel this is the same thing when it comes to Skai Jackson too. It's like her mom most likely sacrificed a lot for her to be placed in certain positions, to receive certain opportunities. Also probably sacrificed a lot financially for like acting school or acting classes and things like that to help put her in a position to where she could get on the Disney Channel. And then your mother made all of these sacrifices for you, and then this is how you repay her, is you link up with this guy that literally has nothing to offer. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get what's up with the girls that are just so overly infatuated with this hood lifestyle. Marcy, that's my girl. That's my girl. Now listen, y'all, because a lot of people are like, it's because you're a Halle fan. No, I'm a Marseille fan. Okay. Now, if Marseille hits my desktop, y'all, I'ma pass out. I'ma pass out. Marseille, that is my girl. Very smart, very intelligent, she has a good head on her shoulders. She really does. Her and I believe the other girl's name is Stormy. She recently got dragged not that long ago because the girls had an issue with the fact that she finished school. She went off to college and she was graduating. I was just like, we losing the plot? We losing the plot. We losing the plot. So Skai, though, I never really liked Skai. And is it Storm? It's Storm, right? Yes, Storm Reed. She's another one that I really like and admire. She has a good head on her shoulders too. Skai, though, I never really liked Skai because she's like one of those girls where she has like an innocent face and she be doing sneaky stuff. She be throwing rocks hiding her hand and making it seem like she's this goody two-shoe, but she's really not. She is a wannabe Hoodbuga, and she's overly infatuated with the hood lifestyle, the hood mentality, and just, yeah, that's really all I see when it comes to her. Let me see if I have something else. And then just dealing with a man that's calling her out her name, refers to women as hoes in the kitchens, like hoes don't cook. That's just crazy to me. But you can't say that this is not a life that she didn't sign up for. This is definitely a life that she signed up for. Crazy. Let me see. And then her mom took to her Instagram. I know her mom is just like, So she's saying knowing truth will come to light. Karma will do the job. It's more than enough for me. And so it's very clear that he did not like her mother. He's threatened her mother on 2 occasions. That was documented. It could have been more than that. And so I can only imagine what their interactions were like. If he was willing to threaten her mom to her on several occasions, I can only imagine what their interactions were like when they were around each other, because he just don't have no respect for anybody. This is a boy that does not have respect for anyone. So I know for a fact he didn't have respect for her mother. So this is just a mess. This is just a mess. But let me see. I wanted to pull up some people and see what they had to say. Did I cover everything? So basically, sources close to Skai is saying that the decision to file a restraining order was made to ensure her family's safety. The safety and well-being of her family is like her top priority. The restraining order was filed as a necessary measure to protect her and her child from continued harassment and threats. So apparently he was threatening her during pregnancy and still threatening her after the fact, which is crazy because apparently somebody was telling me that on Mother's Day, she was with him. And she was also thanking him on Mother's Day. It was weird. They were together on Mother's Day. So the whole situation just seems weird to me. Is it believable what she's claiming? Yeah, this man don't have nothing to lose. She decided to get with a man that has nothing to lose. And once again, black women, let me see, because I wrote it down. It's Keke Palmer, Halle, and now it's Skai Jackson. Even when you are in the position to choose better, you don't. Even when you are in the position to choose better, you don't choose better. You choose horribly. You choose someone that can ruin your legacy and ruin and destroy your whole life. I don't understand that. What is up with that? Is it low self-esteem? Is it you feel like you're not worthy or deserving of something better or more? Is it that you're overly infatuated with a certain type of guy? I just don't understand. Like, it is embarrassing. It's becoming embarrassing because it's almost like we don't know how to date. We don't know how to choose. We don't know how to put ourselves first. We don't even know how to social climb when it comes to dating. Like, you're supposed to do better than your parents. You're not supposed to do worse than your parents. You're supposed to do better than your parents. Meaning the sacrifices that they made was all going to be worth it because you did better than them. But to see people actually tread backwards, I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding that at all. It's not making any sense to me. You are supposed to do better than your parents. Okay? That is the reason why I'm still single. That is 1,000% the reason I'm still single. I'm still single because I have not met someone where I would do better than my parents. And unfortunately, my parents set a pretty high standard. They set a pretty high standard. And to be honest, me being single, I meet that standard. I currently meet that standard by being single. So there's no dating down. There's no dating down. My parents did everything that they could do. They did everything that they thought that they did right or whatever. They made the sacrifices, whatever the case may be. I have made it to their level. For me to date down would destroy everything that they did. And my parents paid for AAU basketball. They paid for me to run track. All my little extracurricular activities, that was money that they were paying for. Hell, my parents also paid for me to get extra help when it comes to my speech impediment that I have. My mother used to take me to this lady on Saturdays, and I didn't even know, but she used to clean the bathrooms of the facility. And this woman, she would sit with me and she would work with me when it came to my speech. I didn't even know that. So it's like, you should not be going backwards when it comes to your parents' sacrifices. That is ridiculous. And then it doesn't just stop with just your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents. It goes all the way back down to slavery. You should be doing better each generation. Each generation. And if you need to be single because if you were to get in a relationship and it would make you go backwards and not forward, then that's what you need to do. It's not an easy choice or decision. It's just not. But if you can't do better, than your parents, then when you date, then you don't need to date that person. That's just, I'm sorry. Otherwise, everything that they did for you was a waste of their time. Okay, it's an investment. Let me see. Oh, that is the wrong.
Hey boos, in this video,
What am I doing? Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, let me choose this file. But I need the girls to understand that. You got to do better than your parents. Wherever your parents are, you have to either match or level up. There's no going backwards though. So match or level up. I'm going to tell you to level up though. I'm going to tell you to level up. I wouldn't match. I'm going to tell you to take it further because you're setting your kids up for a higher standard when you do that. So think about that.
The busted baby daddies are out here losing their minds. First it was DVD Elemental P, and now it's Skai Jackson's baby daddy? I don't even have a good name to call him because I don't know who he is or what he does. But in case y'all haven't heard, she's filing for a restraining order and she's alleging that he tried to make her drink bleach to terminate her pregnancy.
Crazy.
He also held her at a point with a weapon and was actively hurting her throughout their entire relationship. He also allegedly attacked her while she was holding their infant son. What do the broke baby daddies got going on? What kind of demons are y'all fighting? Because this is getting crazy.
And the reality is the accountability comes to women, not the abuse, because again, we already talked about this, right? No victim is perfect. So let's acknowledge that. You can still be a victim of abuse. However, when you are attracted to a certain individual, intimately, intellectually, socially, that's a choice. That's a conscious choice. There's an attraction there. That's a reflection of self. So yes, we can sit here and say, no, what DVD did was unacceptable. And again, what is up with people putting their hands on other people? I don't understand that. People need to learn how to keep their hands to themselves. Seriously, it's getting ridiculous. What is wrong with people? It seems like people are just popping off. You're not a little kid. You're supposed to keep your hands to yourself. Period. Doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. Keep your hands to yourself. So with me saying that, however, I do find it interesting that with the women that are in these situations, they are still facing, I would say, different lessons in different ways, depending on how they were showing up in these relationships. And a lot of them were enablers of the bad behavior that their baby daddy was out here doing. But because they were doing it to other people, they didn't feel like they needed to say anything or hold that individual accountable. And so now that it's coming back onto them, it's like, oh my God, we need to do something about this. But you should have seen that as a red flag. You should have seen it as a red flag. But now that you're on the receiving end of the behavior, now it's like, oh, I need to do something about it. Are the girls really that blinded by love? I don't want to believe that you are. And let me tell you something. When you're out here dating, you need to date from the worst point of view, not the best point of view. I see a lot of women dating from the best point of view. That's not real. You need to date from the point of view of, okay, what's the worst case scenario when it comes to this guy? Not what's the best case scenario. Because why does it always have to get bad for you to then consider the worst case scenario? You need to consider the worst case scenario on the first date. You need to consider the worst case scenario when you see the first red flag. You need to consider the worst case scenario when you see how he handles conflict and how he seeks a resolution, if he seeks resolution at all. You need to be thinking worst case scenario, worst case scenario, worst case scenario, worst case scenario. A lot of girls are still dating from the mindset of best case scenario. So then when things hit the fan, then girls are like, oh, I don't. When you sit down and you date a man, you need to look at him and you need to think about all the worst things about him. And then you need to think if that's something that you want to deal with every day. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of times when you sit down and you really look at them like that, You don't want to be with them. That's just facts. You are gonna get up out. You're gonna get up from the table like, I don't want to deal with that every day. That's logical though. That's real though, because you don't like him like that. You don't. So that's how y'all need to start dating. Y'all still dating from, oh, but he's this and he's that. But there are some other things about him that you probably don't like that. And if it were to get worse, right? Because again, you're thinking from best case scenario, not worst case scenario. You wouldn't want to deal with that.
And what's sad is that the busted baby daddies are choosing young women who we've seen grow up in front of our eyes on national television. They don't have much lived experience outside of being a star. Thus, that makes them more vulnerable when they start dating. And the only reason they're even able to get close to these young women is because they can manipulate them. Because these young women don't have the same...
No, y'all, serious question though. All jokes aside, how did Skai get close to this boy, this Yerky? I don't understand. How did they meet? Does anybody know? How was they even in the same neighborhood? I'm trying to figure out, like, where? DVD, whatever the hell his name is. I see how he lucked up with that one. But Skai, girl, how you end up around him? That's crazy. She sought him out. Let me guess. She slid in the DMs. She slid in the DMs? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Regular dating experience that the rest of us have and don't realize that they're dating a lame who's probably abusive. But the busted baby daddy brigade needs to be stopped. Now.
Remember when I told y'all that women were going to go through their own reckoning? Well, I told y'all it's here. Now these men are getting caught up because they shouldn't be putting their hands on women, right? But the girls are getting caught up too. The girls are getting caught up too.
I just read an article that Skai Jackson's felonious baby father held her at knife point, demanding she drank bleach to unalive their unborn child. Then walked her to the car, threatening to stab her in the stomach if she yelled for help.
You just look ashy.
I am at a loss for words. I'm trying to wrap my mind around how she even allowed him back in her presence, let alone around the child that he attempted to unalive. I can't seem to like grasp it. I just can't. Well, that's because it's foolishness. And when it's foolishness, it's never going to make sense. But oh my gosh, it is so much going on in the world right now. All I can say, I'm praying for my girls. I'm praying for the world, but I'm praying an extra prayer for my girls.
What do y'all think it is, y'all? Serious question. What do y'all think it is with the girls? What is tea? What is tea? What is it? Because I'm looking at this man and I'm just like, I don't see it. I don't see the attraction. I don't. What does he have on? What is he wearing, y'all? What is he wearing? And then why do these girls feel like they need to settle? The Skai Jackson, the Halle Bailey, the Keke Palmer. Like, that's crazy. I'm trying to, like, I don't get it. It is driving me insane. Like, I need somebody to explain to me, what is it? Like, seriously. I just don't understand. It don't be making no sense. It don't. It's like, how are you? Is it, oh my God. Is it, imposter syndrome? Is that what that is? That's why I be telling y'all, do y'all shadow work? Do y'all shadow work? Let's talk about it. The reason why you don't know that you are that girl is because you don't have a healthy relationship with your ego. And then not only that, you don't see what others see in you. You downplay yourself. That's what you do. You downplay yourself. If you were to hold up a mirror and then it was able to reflect to you your talents, your intelligence, your personality, your uniqueness, your authenticity, the way you carry yourself, how you show up, etc., 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 you wouldn't just be allowing anybody to have access to you. You wouldn't. You would actually become very protective of yourself. And then, yeah, you will start to carry the mindset like, oh, you know, that men like that don't deserve to have access to me. Men like that don't deserve, like a man like this would not even, he does not deserve to have 5 minutes of my time. Not even 5 minutes, not even 2 minutes. You will start to carry yourself differently because you see yourself from a different vantage point and perspective. So some of you need to do shadow work. Some of you need to do reflective work where you are having your energy mirrored back to you. So then you can actually understand how valuable it is. I don't know what else it's going to take. I highly recommend, though, that if you are subscribed to my Patreon, stay tuned for the Beauty and Glamour Workshop, because we're going to do a lot of mirror work so you can see like who you are and embrace yourself for real, for real. So then you're not allowing people out here, people, and I do mean people, not just men, people, family, friends, colleagues, bosses that just won't just be sitting up there taking advantage of you simply because you don't know who you are. And then the only thing that can humble you or should humble you in this lifetime is life, not people. Life will humble you if you need humbling. You get what I'm saying? But people shouldn't be going out of their way to humble you. If they are trying to humble you, they feel that you're very threatening. And that's not your problem. It's not your job to be out here babysitting other people and their feelings towards you. That's not your job. If you really are doing something and it's just like ridiculous or it's just so wrong, then life will humble you. But people should never be going out of their way to humble you. They're threatened by you. Point blank, period. Okay? Point blank. But in life, like I said, if you really out here doing something wrong, life will humble you. Other people shouldn't be out here going out of their way to try to humble you. So because of that, you should truly be embracing yourself in a real way. And yes, you should have a little chip on your shoulder. Yeah, you should. You should have a healthy relationship with your ego. You have to know who you are. You have to know what your great attributes are. Otherwise, people are just going to take that and they're going to use it for themselves. They're going to take advantage of you because you don't even know your worth. You don't know your worth. So it's easy for them to take advantage of you. Very easy. You make it very easy. You don't even protect yourself from other people being able to take advantage of you. So that's one thing I'm noticing. You got to listen. And yes, mirror work. I have a book in my Amazon storefront. It's called Mirror Work. It's a real thing. You need to get in the mirror. You need to look at yourself. You need to get very comfortable with yourself. If you can't look in the mirror and stare at yourself and maybe even have a conversation, a dialogue with yourself, you're not really in tune with yourself like that. You're not. And the best example of this was Issa Rae in Insecure, when she would get in the bathroom mirror and she would talk to herself. She would hype herself up. That's what you need to be doing. That's mirror work. You need to be hyping yourself up in the mirror. You do it when you at that, when you did it when you would go to those little house parties and you would get a little lit and then you would go to the bathroom and you would be talking to yourself and people be out the bathroom like, what's taking so long? Why are you in the bathroom so long? That's what you need to be doing. That's what you need to do. Maybe you should drink some Blue Lotus because it loosens you up a little bit. Maybe a little THC. I don't know. But you need to get in the mirror and get comfortable. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. Yes, the girls, if you ever been to a house party and you got a little lit and you was in the bathroom kikiing, sometimes it's you by yourself and sometimes it's you and your homegirl. You know what I'm talking about.
Because men are scarier than ever.
Ooh.
And I don't know.
They are.
What's going on? I don't know how we can rectify this issue because so many men are protecting these abusive men, and it's just like a vicious cycle. But something has got to be done. Like
I'm gonna tell y'all what has to be done, but I feel like I got to tell you off record. I feel like this is a conversation I have to have in private. The reason why these men are acting the way that they acting is because y'all not fighting their ass back. Now, I'm not saying you should do it without planning. I'm not saying you should just spaz out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you should watch the movie Enough with J-Lo. And if you notice in the movie Enough, she tried to go to the police. She filed a restraining order. She filed a police report. None of that shit worked. You saw how none of that shit worked. And then you know what she did? She trained. And then somehow she ended up in his house to talk to him about their daughter, Gracie. And she left that note by the nightstand, and she planted it there so that so it would look like she came there to have that conversation, and she whooped his ass. Okay, that's the reason why they out here just feeling like they can get away with things. Seriously, that's why women are not fighting back. You're not fighting back. That's the problem. And then people are not really taking you serious because it's like, oh, 1 minute you're doing this, and then the next minute you're taking back what you're saying. Listen, when J-Lo was like, oh, okay, so I go to police, they don't want to help me. Okay, so I filed the restraining order, the police report, nobody wants to help me. So then at that point, it's all on me then, right? She did everything right too. She had the police report on file that he had been beating her up. She had the restraining order. He had violated that. That shit didn't work. And so the next thing she did was self-defense. That's what she did. The next thing she did was self-defense. She had everything set up to showcase that it was self-defense. So I'm just waiting for the girls to wake up. Like, listen, they not trying to work with you. They think what they're doing is not wrong. Okay? And a system that still somewhat supports their ways and their behavior, because a restraining order don't really help much, y'all. I got to be honest with you. I do. And then police reports is good to keep on record just in case something does happen. But I need the girls to start fighting back, y'all. I don't know if you need to start going to a gun range. There are men out here that teach women right here in Houston. You go to an open field, teach you how to shoot and everything like that. So you need to learn how to protect yourself instead of sitting here and keep complaining about what these men are doing. And no one's trying to help you. No one is trying to really support what you got going on. Then it's time for you to take manners into your own hand. That's what I'm about to do. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not about to get beat up and just take it. I don't care if I got to train for a whole year. If I have to plan for a whole year, 2 years, 3 years. I don't care how long it takes. If that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. But to keep having these conversations about what these men keep doing, the reason why they feel like they can do it is because there are no real consequences. There are no real deal breakers. None at all. That's why these men feel like they can invite strange women into their homes on the first link. It's because, well, they never have to worry about a woman really robbing them or doing anything suspicious to them. I'm just saying. But could we do that? Could we just, should we invite a strange man off a dating app to our home? No, because 9 times out of 10, we're putting our lives in danger. But when it's the other way around, these men feel very comfortable inviting strange women into their homes because it's never like that for them on the receiving end. So we need to really start thinking about that, because I'm just like, listen, I don't care if I have to train for 3 years, y'all. I don't care.
This is crazy. Like, how does one get away with something like that? Like that, girl, look.
And then the key point in the movie Enough, she was not stronger than him. She was smarter than him. And I keep trying to tell y'all that the whole point is you cannot out-muscle a man. You cannot fight a man, but you can outsmart him, though. And she had him all set up. She had them all set up. So a lot of y'all just need to get smarter. But that naive stuff, it just puts your life in danger. Stop being naive. Is it this one?
So apparently Skai Jackson has a restraining order against her baby daddy. And I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is the same thing as Halle and Diddy. But the only reason why I'm going to say it's kind of similar is because I'm not about to sit here and make it seem like I'm trying to bash these women or anything like that, because I'm always going to be on the women's side regardless for the most part. But as far as them being with that person, this is exactly why people were saying don't be with that person, don't get with that person.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why? I just feel like with Skai it's a little bit different though, because DDG was never in jail in the first place. Even though we saw how DDG was in the beginning stages, and we knew the reason why he was getting with Halle was low key for a little bit of clout, and just it wasn't good all in general. But
listen, this is what's so funny is someone can comment this, right? But are these men getting locked up for what they doing? What are you saying? What are you saying? I'm telling women to get smarter. That's what I'm telling women to do. Halle, she's been collecting data for the last 6 months. That's a woman that's smart. That's a woman that's smart. That's a woman that planned it. So I don't understand what you're saying. No one is telling someone to be irrational, overly emotional, illogical, and just impulsive. No one is saying be impulsive and reckless. That is not what Halle did. Halle planned for months. And then her family supported her in the process because they never spoke out on social media. It's about being calculated. It's about having strategy. Nobody is telling you to go out here and be impulsive and reckless. That's just stupid. So no, it's for the women that are smart. It's for the women that understand exactly what I'm saying without me really saying it. So you have to be smart. You have to plan. And one thing about Halle is that she was just collecting, and she was allowing him to set himself up. The same thing that the movie Enough shows you. Allow him to set himself up. And a lot of these men are arrogant. They think they're smarter than you. So you already got a one-up right there. When men think that they're smarter than you, let them. Let them think that they are smarter than you. It won't hurt anything. If anything, it will allow you to be 10 steps ahead of them. So let them think that they're smarter than you. That's their ego. Let their ego work for you instead of it just work for them. Let it work for you. Let them think that they're smarter than you and then outsmart them.
I feel like Skai, your man was in jail. You knew that he
This is crazy.
was technically a bad man. Like you, I'm not gonna say bad man, but you knew that there was some stuff about him that you shouldn't even really be dealing with for real. And the only reason why you're dealing with him or even had a baby with him was because he's cute, allegedly. But can y'all tell me in the comments the real reason why she's even having a restraining order against this man in the first place? If that's really what's going on. I didn't really do too much research. But it's just like, damn. And on top of that, he has issues with your mother. I'm not saying that every mother is right. Well, let me not say that. Most mothers are right about the person. Most, not all, most. But it's just like, girl.
She said allegedly. There's another way you can protect yourself too, but you just gonna have to subscribe to my Patreon. But there's another way that you could protect yourself too. And I've seen my protection work in real time because I was outside walking at nighttime. Ain't nobody gonna bother me. I already know ain't nobody gonna bother me. And I walked past 2 men, and one was like, damn, hey, and I kept walking. And do you think I turned around to see if they followed me? No, because my protection work works. So maybe you need to subscribe to my Patreon. But there's multiple ways that you can handle things. But the girls need to tap into their inner power. And you're so disconnected from your inner power, you think you don't have any power at all. So you think that the only thing you can be in situations like this is just a victim. But no, you can come out on top, but you need to tap into your inner power and stop thinking that people care about your situation. People don't really care about your situation. And that's something I had to learn at a very young age. People pity you. They don't really care about your situation. They just like the misery that comes with knowing your business and knowing you're not in a good place. They don't really care about you like that. It's very rare to come across people that really care about you like that. And people that care about you, people that really care about you, they invite you into their home and they give you that treatment of real care. But people that sit up and just listen to you talk about your problems, they don't care about you like that. They don't. People who really care about you will invite you into their home. They will give you that warm feeling of real support. That is not what you're getting when you're just sitting up there and people are just being entertained by your business. They simply pity you, and they like the fact that you come to them and tell them your problems. They like looking down on you, and they like how they feel like they're doing better than you. And so they'll listen and be entertained by your problems and give you pity. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So listen, tap into your inner power, take your power back, stand up for yourself, do something. But this whole like, I'ma just be this. I don't know. I'm just not the whole victim thing. I'm gonna come out on top. That's all I know. And I've done it on several occasions. I've been a victim on several occasions, and I've always came out on top because you're not about to have me exactly where you left me. Like, you're never going to find me where you left me. If you did something weird to me, just know I got better. My life got better. I made more money. I transmuted the money. Somehow you made me more money by you doing what you did to me. But ain't no way I'm going to just sit and take it though. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I feel like I'm talking to women that have a sovereign mindset and mentality. I'm not talking to women that just want to sit in that victimhood, because victimhood, I've been there and I've sat in it. And you know what it did? It just created stagnancy in my life. And no one really cared. Like, and that's the crazy thing. It's like no one really cared. And so I decided to get up and do something about it. So I feel like the sovereign women, I feel like y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm really talking to y'all. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
He's having issues with your mother. Like, didn't he allegedly put hands on your mother or somebody?
Yeah,
and then on top of that, went and made that little joke about Cameron Boyce when people were telling him that he looked like Cameron Boyce. And then he said that he's basically smoking him. Like, that's crazy. Like, I feel like there's red flags in these men. And
red flags?
But I'm not about to. That's still no excuse as to why.
This man looks like a red flag. Like, I don't know.
These men do certain stuff.
Looks like a red flag.
DDG should have never went and put his hands on Halle Bailey, regardless of her overlooking the signs.
Listen, I'm not going to talk y'all out of dating men, especially if you're a heterosexual woman. But you know what I would like to see? I would like to see like a clean-cut guy out here doing this type of stuff. We know the Hoodbugas and the skinny jeans with the rips in them, the men that dress like rappers. We already know what they about. But can y'all bring a man up here that be wearing a suit on a regular basis? Like, that's what I want to see. Can you get the men that go to like a really nice job, or I don't know, they're like a doctor or a lawyer or something like that? Can we get the men out here that dress really well? Like, they put on an act, they put on this front. But these like skinny jean rapper looking guys, we already know they ain't about shit. So I want to see the girls level up to that. Like, I want to see situations where it's like, okay, the girls are out here dating men that wear suits every day, and this is the outcome or this is the situation. But the skinny jeans with the rips in them and the big chains, we already know they not about nothing.
This man should have never went and put his hands on your mom if that's true.
That's
or
crazy.
even made that comment about Cameron, regardless of you looking at it. Like, a lot. It's too much going on within the past, like, week or two. Like, for real.
I hope the girls get it together, y'all. I really do.
Have y'all seen that Skai Jackson filed a restraining order against her baby daddy? I seen it on Twitter, and all I gotta say is, yes, Skai Jackson has made some wrong decisions. She has gotten herself caught up with a nigga that ain't no good for her. But how many of y'all do the same thing?
And this is the reason why I'm putting this in here, is because I saw so many women say, I don't understand why Cassie didn't just leave. I'm a single woman. Every day I see women in relationships and I'm like, why are you in that relationship? You're not happy. He don't have money. And that's the thing. Cassie was getting an experience. She was having a lifestyle. She was getting bags and shoes. And I'm not saying that really means anything, but it's like, I see women every day staying in relationships. They ain't even getting half of what Cassie got. So I'm just like, the audacity of women to be like, I don't understand why she didn't just leave. Girl, every day I be seeing women in relationships and I'm like, I don't understand why she just don't leave. Every day. But they'll come and complain to you about their man constantly. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Can somebody explain that to me? It really do be the audacity. For me. Cause I'm just like, why are women acting like they ain't never stayed in a relationship before? Like, we see this shit all the time. I see women in marriages. I see women in long-term relationships. I see women in situationships. The audacity of this generation to be like, I don't understand why she said. Some of y'all can't even leave that situationship alone. You're not even in a real relationship. That's crazy. That's why I just be like, whoo-wee. It takes a very strong person to choose to be by themselves and leave a relationship that's not good for them alone. And not everyone, especially if you've been in a relationship for an extended period of time, your self-esteem has taken a hit. So your mind is not as strong as it was. And so it sometimes takes women 3 to 4 times to leave a relationship. Why are we acting brand new? Why are we acting brand new? Why are we acting brand new when it comes to relationships and staying in relationships? I don't understand that. And yeah, like sometimes the main reason why you stay is because you think it's love. And did anyone think for a sec that maybe as fucked up as it was, that maybe Cassie actually loved that demon that she was with? I mean, come on. People keep saying it's the money, it's the lifestyle. But it's like, you got women out here that's staying in dusty relationships with men. It ain't no money attached to that. It's I guess, love that they think it is. So I'm just like, it's just so interesting to me how when we see another woman going through it, she has a little fame attached to it, and how we just forget what it really is when it comes to relationships with men. It's not always that easy. Codependency is huge. And then a lot of women stay in relationships because they can't see themselves just simply starting over. They don't know if, what would my life be like without this person in it? And then they have to get used to thinking about how they can't talk to that person anymore. So sometimes it's not even love. Sometimes it's, I'm going to miss my friend. We had a friendship. Maybe the love thing ain't working, but the friendship. But then you know how men are. They can be very territorial, controlling. So you can't even just be friends with them. So then not only do you have to grieve the romantic part of the relationship, but you also have to grieve the friendship as well. So I don't understand why people are acting brand new when it comes to Cassie and any of these other girls when it comes to their relationship. And it's not me making excuses. It's just the lack of compassion that I see from women. It's like, if anything, you should really know how it feels. If you can't, maybe you just don't have that experience, but it's like, you should know how it feels and what women go through. And then, to be honest, my compassion it can only go so far when it comes to Keke Palmer and Halle and Skai, because I've never been in a situation where I've had a baby. So I don't know what it's really like to not only have to grieve the romance, grieve the friendship, but then also I have to grieve the fact that the family that I thought I was going to have, I'm not going to have that. Can we have more compassion? And I'm not saying that you can't hold women accountable. No, you should call women out on their bullshit. You should. But to have no compassion at all is what I'm not understanding, y'all. That's what I'm not understanding. And the audacity of women not to have any compassion when you know you've been through something similar. And then the laughable part for me is like, there are women out here struggling to get out of situationships. Is insane to me. Like, this generation is not even struggling with getting out of marriages and getting out of just long-term relationships. Some of y'all struggling to get out of situationships and friends with benefits relationship styles. So come on, have some compassion when you see other women going through it. I'm not saying make excuses for their poor choices and decisions. I'm saying be compassionate though. Call them out, but be like, you know what? I've been there. Or you know what? I've been in a similar situation. That's all I'm asking. That's all we asking. That's called being real and being honest with yourself. That's it. And then you know what else? When you're able to extend compassion to other people, that means you have compassion for yourself. So that means when it comes to past relationships you found yourself in, marriages, long-term relationships, situationships, and friends with benefits, you extended that same compassion to yourself. You forgave yourself. And then you can turn around and give that to your neighbor. Okay? I don't understand why the girls are just like, I don't understand why she stayed. I don't like, girl, have you never ever in your life experienced something where just it had a hold on you and it was psychological? It could be anything. Hell, it could be McDonald's. It could be Chipotle. It could be freaking Burger King or whatever people be eating out here in these streets. It could be a shopping addiction. Maybe you just can't go out and not drink for a night. It's something. That's what be killing me, y'all. Have a little compassion. That's all I'm saying. Just have a little compassion. We all struggle with something. We're not perfect.
The difference is she's famous. Nobody cares about what y'all do. What we do. We do the same stuff. Like, y'all be sitting here with baby daddies, letting niggas stay with y'all that ain't got no money. Niggas with no car, all types of stuff.
Ooh.
But y'all want to jump on Skai Jackson just because y'all know her business. Only reason y'all know her business because she's famous. Y'all not famous. Nobody gives a fuck about y'all. So that's why nobody can sit here and bash y'all and judge y'all. But really, if y'all open y'all own doors up for the world to see, you'll be getting bashed too.
I just want us to start making smarter choices for the next generation. That's my whole purpose on this channel, is for the next generation to make better choices. And it's very similar to when I said you should be doing better than your parents or your mother or whoever raised you. I stand by that. But also generationally, the girls behind us, the women behind us, the women that are coming up after us, they need to be better as well. They should be doing way better than us. And so that's another heartbreaking aspect when it comes to this situation with Skai Jackson. It seems like she was raised by her mother, who I think is her mom a single mother? I don't like it when I see girls make the same mistakes that their mother made. And it's very similar to that generational video that I made with Tiana, Emily B. What is the other? Tiny and Zanique and the one that no one talks about, Reginae. I know no one talks about Reginae, but so far, yes, like Reginae had her little, but actually she's doing pretty good. Like, actually, she's not following in the footsteps of the little crew she be hanging around. It doesn't seem like they heavily influence her like that. It seems like she kind of in her own lane doing her own thing. She's kind of like the only one out of that little group where she's not getting caught up in all of that. So she's not, Deja, she slept on too. And so it doesn't seem like they're kind of getting caught up in that. But Emily B's daughter got caught up. She followed right into her mother's footsteps. I hated seeing that. I was like, I know it's hard to break those generational patterns, but I was hoping she would. And then Neek, she's another one. She fell right into the pattern of her mother as well. And I was hoping she would not follow behind her. But again, sometimes your friendship group heavily influences you to follow in that pattern as well. So be careful about that. You think Lil Wayne did? I really do hope so. My only concern is the men she chooses, though. I still feel like she could choose better, though. But so far, she's dodging it. I'll give her that. I'll give her that. She's dodging it. She's dodging it. And maybe the marriage that her mother is currently in is like giving her that inspiration or motivation to have what she has currently now. So hopefully we see that she follows through with that. But yeah.
I hate that a lot of people do not understand how domestic violence abuse works. A lot of people tell me, so, if that's the case, why would she post happy birthday to him? He's a great dad. Blah, blah, blah. If you're getting abused, he probably made her do that. We don't know what he would have did to her if she did not do that. Like, do y'all ever think maybe she was forced to do that? Like, that's true. Y'all make no sense. Granted, she chose this man that she was with, but y'all just that does not mean that she deserves to get beat on and threatened and put at gunpoint and knife. Like, that is like,
And that's what I want to make known. It's crazy how women cannot make mistakes when it comes to men because it could cost you your life. However, when a woman makes that mistake, why are we beating her down? That's what I'm not understanding, because a man can go out here and make a mistake with a woman and he doesn't have to worry about potentially losing his life. Not the majority. Are there those rare occasions? Yes, there's always going to be exceptions to what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, why is it that when a woman makes that mistake, it's like, why are we beating her down when we know it's like one of those situations where it's for a lot of women, it's life or death. So we shouldn't just come in beating them down. Like, if anything, we should definitely hold them accountable. But there's a way to do it. And I feel like that's what's missing from these conversations. It's just a lot of judgment, no real solutions, and no compassion, no understanding of the woman's situation, no understanding of the psychological abuse that she may be under. And honestly, I want us women to focus more on like our psychological strength, because we do have psychological strength. I'm noticing that a lot of times that when I see women in these situations, a lot of times they say things like, well, I don't want to think. If you're not out here thinking for yourself, then it's easy for a man to come in and manipulate you because you don't want to think for yourself, sweetheart. So all you got up there in that brain are empty thoughts and air. And so a man can just come in and just plant seeds and just manipulate you. And then did you see how P. Diddy said, I think his assistant said that he overheard P. Diddy say that she was moldable? Yeah. I'm just waiting for the girls to wake up about that. Like, a man loves a woman that's unsure of herself, because when you're unsure, then you're moldable. When you doubt yourself and who you are, you're moldable. Then at that point, he can shape you into whoever he wants to shape you into. And he's going to do it in a way, he's going to mold you in a way that caters to him, that suits him. That's it. So you better be out here thinking for yourself. You better be out here trying to find yourself and know yourself. Because if you don't, you just gonna meet a man. He gonna tell you who you are. He gonna tell you how to think. And then he just has full control over you. Part of the issue is I be seeing women who say things like, oh, whenever I'm with my man, I don't have to think. Or whenever I'm with a man, I don't have to do this or I don't have to do that. So you like being controlled then, right? You know what I find interesting? The self-made woman, she's never in situations like this. The self-made woman is never in situations like this. Self-made is not just money. Self-made is identity. She's never in situations like this. A woman that knows herself and is truly self-made based off of who she is and not based off of how a man wanted her to be, she's never in situations like this because she can't be controlled. She can never be controlled. And men can't stand the self-made woman. The woman that can think for herself, the woman that can do for herself, the woman that knows herself. She's never going to be in situations like this because they see her as a threat. She's not moldable. She's not someone that you can control. She's not someone that you can manipulate. She's not someone that you can bullshit. Like, she's going to call you out on that. They cannot stand that woman because, well, they can't get their way with her. That's what that is. Everything that you've been told in the way that you've been told because it serves man. So if you were to reverse it, it would serve you. And they don't want you to serve you. They want you to serve man.
I feel like y'all make no sense because if the shoe was on the other foot and your little sister was going through this, you gonna say she deserved it just because she picked that type of man? But this is why you have to be very careful with who you date, who you have children, especially who you have children by, who you get married to. Like, y'all do not look past.
Ladies, when I say self-made, I'm not talking about money and brands. Identity is the first thing that should come to mind. Identity. You got to understand that a lot of women in the industry were made by a producer or some type of man that was in the background. Okay? Heavily being influenced. Self-made is you're not heavily being influenced by any man at all. You're self-made. self-made, meaning you went through some type of self-discovery. You went through a journey of self-discovery. A lot of the women in the industry, like prime example, if you look at some of the documentaries, Ashanti is another one. Mariah Carey. You'll see how in the documentaries that when they like do the whole interview process, they're like, well, who would you like to give credit to? Or they'll mention a man and say, well, do you feel like you owe credit to such and such? It's always a man. Even when it comes to Mariah Carey, Nicki Minaj, who else? There was somebody else that Ashanti, Irv Gotti. His brother just recently spoke out about that. When I say self-made, I truly mean self-made. A woman that's not being heavily influenced by a male figure. It's going to be hard to find that in the music industry. It's going to be hard to find that in a lot of spaces. Rashida. She feels like her husband made her. Like, it's a lot of women that have that type of mindset and mentality. For sure. For sure. So, and then Nicki Minaj, I don't feel like is a really good example because she gives way too much credit to, what was the rap group that she was a part of? She always gives credit to Lil Wayne. She gives credit to Drake a lot. She gives credit to a lot of the men that she hangs around. So when I say self-made, I really do mean like self. No influence from man at all. Self. Self, which is what I teach on my other platform, Young Money. Like, she gives a lot of credit to Young Money and the men that were a part of Young Money. Yeah, Young Money raised me. She says that. So no, I'm sorry, self-made. And I love Nicki Minaj. I love her message when it comes to young women and young girls. But unfortunately, she was heavily influenced. So when I say self-made, I mean self-made. Even Whitney Houston, she was heavily influenced. Tina Turner, heavily influenced. I don't make it up, y'all. Beyonce, who do you think was heavily influencing her? Now it went from her father to Jay-Z. So the self-made woman, when I say self-made, she is a threat to society. She's a threat to the patriarchy. She's a threat to men because she cannot be controlled. She's not being influenced by them. She's being influenced from self. So that means she's going within and then without. She's not going to man. She's going within and then without. It's totally different, y'all. So yeah, the self-made woman is a threat, but not in the social context, more in the, I think this type of self-made is not really talked about, but they are around. They're definitely in society. I just don't think they get any real love or acknowledgement. So, yeah. List a woman in the chat box or after this video saves that was not heavily influenced by a male. Let me know.
The red flags anymore. Like, no, this is not a carnival. It's not a circus. The red flags are red for a reason. Run fast now today. Like, please be careful who y'all have kids with, because this is really sad. Like, between her, Halle, Keke Palmer, like, I don't know which one is worse.
So let's go ahead and get into DDG because he keeps getting mentioned. We're going to talk about pimping too, because this whole situation with P. Diddy is pimping. If you remember the Patreon video I created, the 7 types of men that manipulate, I made a video about that and I got a little backlash because people are like, Diddy is not a pimp. He is not a demon. He's not a narcissist. Are you serious? But this is around the time that the veil was thinning, but people couldn't really see Diddy's true colors. But now you're able to really see his true colors. That man is a pimp. That man was out here pimping Cassie. Hold on, he was pimping her. Now, this is what a lot of people are not acknowledging. And I was watching Tisa Tales earlier. I wouldn't even say Oprah, y'all. And the reason is because, do you see her associates? They're males. She's been linked to some very interesting people too. I wouldn't even say Oprah. Sorry to say, but I wouldn't even say Oprah. But keep commenting though. Keep commenting. A lot of her friends are males. When we see women in power like Oprah, she's surrounded by who? men. She's not surrounded by women. And that's what's so interesting, because when I see men in power, they like to surround themselves around women because they know women, they can harvest their energy, feed off their energy, use their resources and their talents, and not have to pay them what they would have to pay a man. And so you'll see that a lot. And then when it comes to Oprah, like, she could have hired a whole team of women, but she decided to surround herself with men. So it's very interesting. It's very rare to see, but I would like to see more of that. Okay, so this, y'all, I tried to tell y'all that P. Diddy was a pimp. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, like, that's not pimping, but it is. First of all, he had her signed to his record label. And the money that he was supposed to be using to pay for her, like, music career, like music videos, album, studio time, and things like that, he was actually using for his own sexual fetishes. So the money he was supposed to be giving her for the album, the music career, all of that, he was actually just paying these S workers instead. So it's pimping, y'all. It's just not in the, I guess you would say, the street way, but it is. And he treated her like, you know, and technically, if you want to look at it this way, with just hearing some of the things that he would have her do, all of this stuff, what makes Cassie any different from the men up here? Again, I'm going to ask you one more time. What makes Cassie any different from the men up here if he was paying her to keep her around, providing a lifestyle for her, and then also paying all of these other S workers? Because technically, all of these 14 people up here, including Cassie, they were all to serve Diddy. Also, I do think it's interesting that he definitely has a type. It's luxury pimping, isn't it? He definitely has a type. He definitely does. It's so strange to me. But to be honest, they were all S workers. Issa Rae, I would have to say Issa Rae and Amanda Seales. I can get with that. So, yeah, it definitely seems like Cassie was like a cash cow for him in this weird, twisted, sick way. It was very weird. And also another thing too is just the way that he would expect for her to be groomed, like shave her head, paint her nails and everything like that. That's pimping, y'all. That's what pimping is. It's just not on the street corner. That's the only thing. I need the girls to be smart. I need y'all to step out of that naive mindset. Just because it's not happening on the street doesn't mean it's the behavior is not happening. And then one thing that you need to understand about pimps, Shonda Rhimes. I could get with Shonda Rhimes. Okay. Y'all dropping some names. One thing about pimps, they're very good at convincing you that their desires and wants are yours. So there were moments where Cassie was texting P. Diddy and she was like, oh, I'm ready. I'm down for the freak offs. Like, I'm so ready. And the reason she was saying that is because one thing about a pimp that you need to understand, ladies, is that they will convince you that their wants and their desires that serve them and only them are now your wants and your desires. Okay? So if a man is sitting there trying to manipulate you and convince you out of thin air that their wants and desires are now yours, that's pimping. That is pimping. That is pimping. That is pimping. That is what that is. Okay? That's why I told y'all that you will always be a threat to a man when you know what you want and you're never changing. You know what you want, you never coming off of that. You know exactly what you want and you never changing that. Like, a man can't convince you otherwise. You are a threat. So that's one thing that pimps do. They will manipulate you, have you convinced that what they want is now what you want, and you just got finessed. Okay, so let's get into DDG. Y'all, why do y'all not tell me? Why is this the first time that I am seeing that DDG, DVD, whatever the hell his name is, he was up here having a whole conversation with AI? Let me pull it up. I'm just now seeing this. Why did y'all not tell me about this? People started sending me this, and I'm like, what is going on?
At your teeth showing, and you know, usually when somebody trying to eat something, they don't show their teeth, and you had your teeth showing twice. So I just want to make sure, like, when you open your mouth, do you show your teeth or do you not show your teeth?
So it might not have been totally clear because I was laughing and stuff, but you're right. When I open my mouth to eat something, I try not to show my teeth because it gets messy, right? And when I'm smiling, sometimes my mouth is open, but that's cause I'm laughing or smiling at something, not cause I'm waiting for someone to feed me.
So, like, when I gave you the cherry, why was your teeth showing?
I was laughing, probably holding my mouth open because my...
So this whole interaction is about when they went to the Usher residency. And y'all, this is strange. Y'all are not going to make it seem like this is normal. Oh, this is just for entertainment. No, this is very weird. This is very weird. And this is now against the law that you can't do this anymore. That you cannot use AI and use someone's voice or image for content and post it to the internet. I think they're calling it, what is it called? Take it down? It's some type of law that Trump just put into place that you can't post that type of content anymore.
My laugh takes up a lot of my face, but I promise you, I was not hoping or expecting a grown-ass man to feed me a cherry Lowell.
Okay, because you know me and you got Halo. And like, you know, I don't care what happens in life, but like, I don't ever want to see you ever disrespect me in public again, okay?
What? Disrespect you? How do you mean?
Because you had your damn mouth open, Halle. It's not about what you thought or what I seen when we was at the concert. It's about what the public seen. You know how people spin shit and put it on TikTok and make it seem a certain way.
I'm sorry, I had no idea me opening my mouth was going to start a whole debate on social media. But I wasn't trying to disrespect you. I was just laughing and having a good time.
So if I give you a cherry or if Usher give you a cherry, which one?
But the crazy thing about this whole interaction is how, do y'all see how the AI is eating his ass up though with the responses? Are y'all noticing that? Like, are y'all noticing how because this is not Halle. This is not a real person. Like, this is not a real person with real emotions. But even AI is just like,
what are you gonna eat?
I would never expect either of you to feed me, LOL. I have functioning hands. But you already know Usher is the one for me.
This is crazy, y'all.
What the fuck you just say to me, Halle?
Lol, what? That I would never expect either of you to feed me? And Usher is my celebrity crush?
Now, if I put you on child support, I'll be wrong, right?
What? Why would you put me on child support?
Because you know we got a fucking kid. That's why. You sitting online and you playing with me and you telling me that Usher is the one for you?
Lol, I don't know why you're getting so defensive. Usher's my celebrity crush, but you're my fiance, remember? What about the dinner?
Hold on.
You're scaring me, aren't devoted.
Okay, I'm talking to my friends, Halle. Stop. I'm talking to my friends right now.
Well, you keep replying to me, so I figured you were talking to me. LOL.
I wasn't talking to you. And it's not, you can't have no celebrity crush and then actually interact with them. If you have a celebrity crush, it's supposed to be somebody that you've never been around or never will be around because it's not supposed to happen. It's disrespectful.
Are you being serious, RN? You're being serious right now? I had no idea you were so controlling and insecure. I can't believe you're getting upset over a celebrity crush.
I'm not upset about no fuck.
Girl, AI called this man controlling and insecure. So do y'all want to know? Because I asked, yes, I did. I asked ChatGPT. I said, Chat, what is there a personality disorder that's linked to a person using AI to manipulate or be deceitful? And it said, hold on, let me pull it back up. It said that it's connected to, hold on. A lot of people don't like ChatGPT, but I'm just like, listen, I just need to put it into context. If it's a manipulative or deceitful in nature, it might reflect traits of cluster B personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, histrionic or narcissistic personality disorder. And the reason why I think the internet got it right with this one is because he was using this in a way to maintain control and validation. So I guess, I don't know what clip went viral regarding the whole Usher thing, but I guess the internet was kind of eating him up with that. And so he did this whole thing to like validate himself, but in a way it's not really validating him. I guess he's getting the validation from his fans, maybe not from AI like Halle AI, but he's getting the validation from his fans on the stream. Y'all, this is weird. Listen, I don't think DDG DVD is going to beat the narcissistic personality disorder allegations that are placed against him. And I think the internet, I'm on y'all's side when it comes to that at this point. And y'all know I don't even like throwing around narcissism because it's a real thing and it comes with real experience and it's horrible. It comes with real trauma. But y'all, I ain't going to lie. Like, he's hitting a lot of the symptoms for me because this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And he's doing it to validate himself. That's weird. That's so weird to me. So y'all let me know what you think. I think the internet got it right with this one. With DVD, I think y'all got it right. And I think what we're witnessing, because I'm going to get into it, that he's going through narcissistic injury.
Fucking crush is the fact that you had your mouth open for him to feed you a cherry. I've seen it with my own eyes. The hell is you talking about?
For the last time, I wasn't expecting a grown-ass man to feed me a cherry. I was laughing with my mouth wide open, not hoping he would feed me. You know, I'm your fiance. Why would I want him to feed me when I already have you?
Block us on Instagram right now.
WTF. No, I'm not blocking you or anyone from my Instagram.
Block Usher from your Instagram or I'm done with you.
You're kidding, right? Because if you are serious, you're being beyond unreasonable RN. I have no control over who views my or your Instagrams. And like I have said over and over, I have no interest in being fed by Usher, and I have even less interest in making you feel this insecure. So I suggest you get a grip.
Don't you tell me to get no damn grip. Why do you care about having Usher on your Instagram? Why don't you just block him? It's not that hard.
This is too much.
For me to feel better as a man, I'm asking you, can you block him?
No, I'm not going to block him. This is ridiculous. You're acting like I said I wanted to marry him. A celebrity crush is just that, a crush on a celebrity. It's meaningless and we know it's never going to happen. You are my fiance. I don't want anyone but you.
Okay, well, this is going to happen. How about with Halo, I keep him. How about we go to court about Halo and I put you on child support? Let's do that.
You're going to take my son away from me because I won't block Usher on Instagram? You got to be joking, right? Please tell me you're not serious, RN.
I'm dead ass serious. You know I don't play.
And this is the hill you're willing to die on? You'll take my son away and try to make me pay you child support because I won't block Usher on one of my socials for no reason?
That's exactly what the fuck I said. So block his Instagram right now, okay? I'm just gonna ask you one more time.
Y'all not normalizing this.
Please just stop embarrassing me.
For me.
You're embarrassing yourself, RN. You are acting ridiculous. I cannot believe I'm having this discussion with you. You'd really do all of this over a celebrity? When I'm marrying you, you're the worst I've ever seen you right now.
Okay, we don't need to be together then. We don't need to be together. Period.
So, you're gonna throw everything away, all these years of us together, all the love we have for each other, our home and our son, just because I won't block Usher on social media. You're willing to throw this all away for such a dumb, shallow reason?
So let's just say, what if we went to a Rihanna concert and Rihanna gave me...
Can I stop it, y'all? Can I stop it? Stop. Y'all, no way. Why y'all didn't tell me this? Why am I just now finding out about this? This is cringe. This is secondhand embarrassment. I'm uncomfortable. I feel like I'm interrupting a private conversation that he should be having by himself. Ugh. I don't know if I can get through this, y'all. I'm like, let me speed it up. Can I speed it up? It's just, there's a movie that came out years ago and I watched it and it was called Her. And it was this man that fell in love with AI and he had like this whole relationship in his head with this AI, this artificial intelligence. And I was just like, when I got done watching the movie, I felt I just felt off. I felt off in the head. I just felt, it just creeped me out. And so that's what this is reminding me of. Y'all remember that movie? Let me see if I can pull it up. Do y'all remember that? Oh, it's definitely that deep. This is definitely that deep. Because even when I was doing research on this, the only reason why he's not in like the schizophrenic category when it comes to like any type of personality disorder is because he is he's not hallucinating. Like he is actually talking to somebody. That is the only reason, y'all. No, it's very serious. And listen. It's mental illness for sure. But that is the only reason he didn't enter into that category was because he's not hallucinating because he is talking to AI. But say if he didn't have the AI, then he would have fell right into that category. That's why I was like, oh, this is sick. This is crazy. This is sick. Y'all not normalizing this for me at all.
Me a cherry and I'll have my mouth open. Will you feel some type of way?
No, because I trust you. I know you love me and that Rihanna is just some singer you admire. I would know you were kidding, that your teeth were showing because you were laughing with her and not because you were waiting for her to feed you. It wouldn't even cross my mind that you would be interested in being fed by her because I know how devoted to me you are.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Where is Halo at?
What do you mean? He's sleeping, he's in bed, RN?
Give me my fucking son back.
What? Why are you acting like this? What have I ever done for you to act like I'm some sort of monster that would keep your son from you?
Because you don't know how to respect me and you disrespect me in public over a fucking Usher concert. Where is my son at? I'm taking my son.
I do respect you more than I have anybody, but I am so very tired of you being this insecure and controlling. I did not disrespect you or embarrass you. You are embarrassing yourself, and don't you touch my son. He is staying right where he is. You go ahead and leave. I'll even help you pack a suitcase. But you are not taking Halo. You don't get to threaten to take my son from me.
All you gotta do is block Usher and then I'll stop.
That's it? Seriously? Just block him on Instagram and this will all go away and we can be perfectly happy again?
Yes. Yes. All you gotta do is block him.
You actually believe that just blocking Usher is going to fix this? You are going to forget the way you've been treating me because I click a button and delete this one celebrity from my follow list?
Exactly. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So just block him, please.
Sai's fine. This whole situation is...
Y'all, this is what I'm talking about. This is what it's reminding me of. And if you've seen this movie, this came out in 2013. So that means AI been around for a minute. But this, you gotta go watch it. You gotta go watch it. Okay? Because that is what it's reminding me of. And it's very weird. It's very weird.
Is absurd, but apparently to you, this is what really matters. So I'll block him on Instagram and we can have our happily ever after. Happy?
Did you do it? Did you block him yet?
Yes, I did just now.
Okay. All right, well.
And then like also I'm seeing that he's on like Twitch and he's streaming. Who is sitting down? Like you gotta also question the people that are also watching it. Because why would y'all be sitting up here watching this mess? This is not normal. This is not normal. It got to be the people that don't leave their house. It got to be the people that bed rot all day and watch people on social media and they don't have no real social life in real life. Like, that's the only way it makes sense. Like, you have no real social interaction with people at all and you're cooped up in the house. And can we talk about how social media is creating incels for both genders, though? Because this is weird. Children, kids, I can see that. But it's like, I wouldn't want my kids thinking that this type of stuff is normal. Please pay attention to what your kids are on social media watching and entertaining, because this is not normal. This is not real socialization. This is artificial. And that's so crazy to say. Like, you're not exchanging social interaction with someone that has the ability to share emotions with you. Like, you're sharing, like, this is not, y'all not normalizing this. This is very strange. This is not okay. This is not normal. Did she even get consent to this at all? And I wonder if she's going to be using this in her case.
All right, well, can you just make like a tweet or something and say like you didn't have your mouth open, so we can like so people just stop saying that you had it open, then we straight.
Halle rolls her eyes and grabs her phone and turns on her Twitter. She opens up the app and quickly types and sends a tweet that says, "To all you nosy MFRs questioning the way my mouth was shaped during a concert, I was laughing."
Thank you so much. That's all I asked for. I didn't ask for anything else. That was easy, right? That's all I asked you for.
All you asked of me is to block Usher and tell the universe that I was laughing so you could feel less insecure. After all that, you're finally satisfied?
I'm good now. You don't call me insecure though. Just leave it at that. Just say okay, and then just let me know when you're at home, and then I'll just pull up, come kick it with you in Halo.
That's it? You're done now? You're not gonna yell and be demanding anymore? I can talk you to again when I'm home instead of you just cussing me out?
So now you don't want me to come over no more?
You can come over if you're gonna be pleasant. Please don't come over and be all possessive and demanding and treat me like I'm your enemy, not your fiance.
All right, I would.
Girl, AI is telling us the tea. AI, what is tea? And then it makes you wonder, like, does he talk to AI Halle on a regular basis? I got questions, y'all. This is so strange. This is not normal, y'all. Do he be talking to AI Halle on a regular to the point where it's like AI Halle feels possessed or he controlled? This is the weirdest thing ever. This is the strangest thing I've ever witnessed in my life.
Well, I'm not gonna trip or nothing. As long as he's still blocked when I get there, we're gonna be cool.
Yes, I already told you I blocked him. Now you promise to not come over acting like a madman? I'm asking you to talk like a normal person RN, but you've been scaring the heck out of me.
I said I'm gonna talk regular. Why do you keep asking me?
And the AI Halle is afraid of DVD?
I said everything is cool. As long as he's still blocked, we good.
I'm making sure because you were acting so crazy over Usher. You were literally threatening to take my son away from me over a celebrity. I've never seen you like that.
Well, what am I supposed to do when you open your mouth for cherries? But we're not even finna get back into that. Just straight, like, I'm cool. I'm not gonna come over there snapping or nothing. Like I said, as long as he's still blocked,
right.
we good. You don't need to keep egging on
for
the
real.
conversation. Everything is cool.
This gives Black Mirror.
You are not going to keep bringing up a cherry. I was laughing when I had my mouth open. I wasn't waiting.
I just said everything is cool. I'm not trying to go back and forth and argue with you. I just said, as long as he blocked when I get there, everything is cool. Just leave it at that.
I'm not trying to argue either, but you are literally...
But this just goes to show, like, honestly, this does show that the way he's pleading with AI Halle to delete Usher, that he's very insecure. Very, 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 very insecure. Very insecure.
Literally refusing to accept that I was laughing. You are choosing to believe that I was wanting Usher to feed me a cherry, which is insanity. I would never want to...
That's all I got, y'all. How long was that stream? That's what I want to know. And people are telling me that this happened last year. Y'all, that ain't normal. Y'all not gonna normalize that for me. I'm sorry. That ain't normal at all. Hold on, that's the wrong file. That is not normal. That is not. That's weird. Let's see. Yeah.
G sitting there arguing with a fake AI Halle voice is completely insane to me. Like, why are you even sitting here arguing with a freaking AI while she and Halo are booked in a whole beach house for the weekend? And you over here arguing with a freaking AI? Like, Diddy G, come on. You're looking like a plumb psycho. For real. Chill out, my boy. Like, why are you doing all that? And then you sit here and talk about Usher.
And this is my thing. Like, we know Halle is not perfect. She's not innocent. Same thing with Skai Jackson. But when y'all compare their toxicity to abusers and people that seem to have like some type of personality disorder, that's what I'm not understanding at all. So does the woman have to be damn near perfect for the man to be crazy as hell? Because that is what these men are, crazy as hell. You are aware that that's what the fuck they are. And if you can't identify a crazy ass man, you need to pray over yourself right now, because girl, you gonna be around crazy. If you can't identify crazy, then are you crazy? That's what I like. Do you share a similar personality? Because that's not normal. That's not. I don't care how old this video is. This video could be 20 years old. The shit is not normal. It's not normal. This is not what healthy people in the mind. This is not what healthy people in the mind do. We don't do this type of stuff. This is weird. And then to do it from a place of validation. So what else is this man out here doing for validation? If you will sit and have a fake conversation with AI for validation on stream in front of your fans, what else are you willing to do for validation? I mean, why stop there?
He gonna ask the AI, oh, if I feed you a cherry, no, would you let me feed you a cherry or Usher feed you a cherry? And the AI said Usher. The AI even picked Usher. Just log out. Diddy G, please take a breather. For real, because you're doing too motherfucking much now. Now they can use this shit against your ass in court. What the?
They are. Listen, this is what y'all need to understand. I really think DVD fans are just, I think that either they kids or they special ed. It's one of the two. They kids or they special ed. Because y'all just don't get it. Like, y'all really don't get how you are just such a super fan of DVD that you can't see that you helping Halle. You helping Halle, but you a DVD fan. You helping Halle and you don't even realize it. So it gotta be kids, y'all. It gotta be. That's the only way it makes sense to me. I hope it's kids. Because I would hate to think that an adult would be this simple. Y'all have incriminated DDG because the day of the incident, one of his streamer fans was like, something did happen that day, because why does DDG have all these mandates? I'm gonna show y'all a picture right here. Buki, that means that he was in a scuffle with a woman. Well, allegedly a woman. You need to delete that and delete it now. But again, keep your hands to yourself. Any man that will abuse the mother of his child, and like I said, this is still alleged, but again, if you will hit the mother of your child, God knows what you will do to the child. I don't trust anybody that put their hands on me, and if I'm giving birth to something that belongs to me as well, if you don't like me. Y'all, the reason why I'm saying this is because social media has made Americans dumb. It has. Like, the adults don't know how to critically think. The kids don't know how to read. I'm just keeping it real. You just gonna have to get upset. The attention spans are short, like very, very short. So that means that people don't even go and read beyond the headlines. So they think they stating facts. Then they want to ignore facts and just go with their feelings. And I keep trying to tell adults, your feelings are not always facts. They're just feelings. So you don't even know how to emotionally regulate to decipher the difference. Like, we are really, like, y'all, we are headed so backwards. Like, it's insane. Please pick up a book. Stop doom scrolling on social media. Stop bed rotting on social media. Stop just mindless scrolling. It's making you dumb. Like, seriously, it's making you stupid. And then some of you can't read, can't spell. I mean, my goodness. And then you don't even know how to put two and two together. You don't even know how to take three issues or situations and piece them together critically. Like, you don't know how to do that. You don't know how to problem solve. It's common sense is not common no more. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So a lot of followers. So instead of people coming up with their own thought process or their own reasonings or their own opinions, you just repeat what somebody else said. You didn't even look for yourself. Oh my God. And you gotta wonder, right? What is the government setting you up for? Because my father, he's an Aquarius. He said, well, they gave my generation crack. They gave your generation social media. Oh my gosh. So what is the United States government setting you up for? Seriously. Because the United States government has made you fat, addicted to sugar, has made you lose critical thinking, solution solving skills, has also made you addicted to social media, has shortened your attention span. You gotta start questioning why they doing that shit. Why? Why do they want me addicted to sugar? Why do they want me to have a short attention span? Why do they want me to keep buying things and buying things and buying things and buying things? And then there's another thing, because I was saying this on my personal Instagram. I'm telling y'all right now that financially, they are setting y'all up. I watch my parents, love them to death. They did the whole layaway thing for Christmas, for all the holidays and things like that. That was a setup. Layaway was a setup. And you know what they giving us? Afterpay. You better not finance McDonald's. You better not finance Chipotle. You better not. That is ridiculous. If you are financing a burrito, girl, we got a problem. But you know what? The United States government made you addicted to these things and then said, oh, but we have a solution. You're addicted to fast food? Oh, guess what? We have Afterpay. We can take care of that for you. Oh, you're addicted to shopping on TikTok? Oh, we can fix that for you. We have Afterpay. It's a setup. Oh, all of these subscriptions? Yeah, we're going to charge you for this and we're going to charge you for that. We're going to make it free at first, get you addicted, and then guess what? We have a solution for you. You should just subscribe and get the subscription. But they don't want you to question none of this shit because they took away your critical thinking skills because they gave you social media. So you thinking all of this stuff is just normal. It's all a setup. And I'm going to tell you right now, you better not fall for any of this 0 interest for 12 months, 0 interest for 18 months. That interest is going to be high as hell. We're in a recession. It's going to be high. So if you out here, this ain't the time to be spending money on bullshit. This is the time for you to be buckling down. This is the time for you to be financially smart because everything around you is a setup. Okay. Having kids right now is a setup. That's why the government want to pay you $5,000 just to pop out a kid. You better wake up. Y'all better wake the hell up. Everything is a setup. I'm telling you, everything from the fact that they want you to birth kids, from the fact that they want you to finance a burrito from Chipotle, from the fact that they want you to be addicted to sugar. It's all a setup, and it's to get you to go into debt. And I told y'all, I brought up the pyramid. I told you, I said that when it comes to the United States government, they want you to be a debt slave. That's it. So they're going to make you addicted, and then they're going to charge you for your addiction. You see it in big farm. You see it in the food industry. You see it in the consumer industry. You see it in the food industry. Then also they trying to convince you that, oh, you need to leave a legacy behind. You need to leave a legacy behind. You need to procreate. But the number one thing that they don't want to do is give you better child care. They don't want to give you a cheaper bill when you have a delivery in a hospital. They doing everything but what they need to do in order for us to even feel comfortable bringing kids into this system. Be so for real, y'all. This is a Black Mirror episode through and through. And they will put the truth in your face and be like, oh no, it's not true. It's just fiction. I'm sorry. It's a setup. That's all I'm going to say. It's been a setup. And it's a setup. And then they getting you addicted to social media, and then they're going to start requiring you to pay a subscription fee. You know that's coming, right? ChatGPT subscription fee. YouTube subscription fee. It's coming. Instagram subscription fee. I'm going to make you addicted, and then I'm going to charge you. That is what they do. And so some of y'all need to focus on getting back to the basics. Get you a coloring book. Do you really need all of these subscriptions? No, you don't. Do you really need to buy that off TikTok? Hell no. They have made you addicted to fast fashion, fast food. Wake up, y'all. Like, seriously. And they doing all of this changing on us. Like, they making all of these changes on us. And none of us are really critically thinking. None of us. They got you distracted by celebrity gossip. You better wake up. You better wake up. You better wake up, because they making a lot of chess moves on you, and I don't think you really seeing it. And then not only that, let me just continue. I'm going to be here all day. I could preach all day about this, because I'm just like, oh my God, they don't know what's going on. And like I said, my father, who is an Aquarius, said they gave his generation crack. They gave our generation social media. Okay. The Aquarians, y'all know. You don't like my child. If you can't get along with me, you can't get along with my child. Y'all stay away from me and my family, okay? So my prayers go out to everybody involved in this. The truth will prevail. Wait. Okay, let me continue. Oh, and then let's talk about the family, y'all, because you know it's coming. The family, I'm telling y'all, the family is going to be Halle's biggest issue. Seriously, like the family.
Hey, Horace, good morning. Discount Dollar General and his family are making this too easy for Halle Bailey and her lawyer. And I love that for her, because y'all gonna be the ones to blame when y'all lose this case. Not only is he crashing out online and arguing with an AI voice of Halle Bailey, he's also crashing out in the chat room because he was like, yeah, I was able to rent an $80,000 jet. Okay. Did you use those 80,000 American dollars to help go see your son? Huh? To get a good lawyer to see your son, to get your son the son that you've been crying about for 40 days and 40 nights? Oh, okay, you got your priorities mixed up. Speaking of priorities mixed up, the sister online too, she's doing a smear campaign every day about Halle Bailey. You ain't denying when them girl had pressed you in it? When them girl been in your face laughing at you and clowning you on live? You ain't.
Why do sisters get involved in their brother's stuff? Like, I do not do that. I do not do that. I told y'all, stay out of that type of stuff. Stay out of that type of stuff, because you know your brother from a brother-sister relationship, a sibling relationship. You do not know your brother when it comes to an intimate relationship. That's two totally different types of relationships. Two, totally. So you cannot vouch as his sister for him when it comes to an intimate relationship with a woman. I have two brothers. I know. So the relationship that I have with my brothers, that is a sibling relationship. We share no real intimacy out of brother-sister love. But romantically, we don't share that. So I can't speak for them and what they do. That's what's so crazy. I stay out of that stuff. I set a boundary with myself. I don't get involved with their shit. I don't. Now, if I see some shit and it's a contradiction, I'm calling it out, because I'm like, would you want a man to treat me like that? Would you want a man to talk to me like that? That's the only time I do stuff like that is because I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Because you get on me about this and you get on me about that. And then you turn around and you saying, what? I'll do that. That's the most I'll do. But to vouch and be like, oh yeah, because he's a good person. I don't know what it's like to be in a romantic relationship, an intimate relationship with my brother. I don't know my brothers. I don't know what it's like to share feelings with them. And I'm talking about intimate feelings, romantic feelings. I don't know nothing about that. The type of relationship I have with my brothers are sibling, brother-sister relationships. That's it. And then the moms, you know what it is with the mothers? It's incest. It's like emotional incest. It's like they have like this intimate relationship with their son because instead of them having that relationship with a man, they have that emotional intimacy with their son. That's why boy moms not beating the allegations. It's because it's emotional incest that you're actually witnessing. So, and same thing with P. Diddy. I'm telling you, every time there's a man that is manipulative or abusive, there is some incest going on emotionally with their mother. I'm telling you. It's the relationship between P. Diddy and his mom is very strange. That relationship is very freaking strange. So this whole thing with DVD and his mom, it's not shocking. It's not shocking. She probably think, my son is the head of the house because he provides, and it's just a mess, y'all. It's a mess. So typically when you see an enabling mother, you will also see some emotional incest, if not physical.
Say nothing, he was quiet as a mouse. Keep that same energy. Then we got the brother crying. Wrap all this shit up, okay?
The brother was crying?
He never wanted to see his son because if I wanted to see my child, the internet would have been the last place I was going after I went to the courthouse, okay? He don't care about the baby and the baby don't care about him. Case closed.
All I'm saying is to the mothers and sisters, you need to set boundaries with yourself. Like, honestly, it starts with us. You shouldn't be inserting yourself in what they got going on at all. It's very strange to me. I mind my damn business. I don't. The only way I would insert myself is if I feel like my brother is just doing something that is just morally wrong and I know he's being a contradiction. That's it. But outside of that, y'all, I mind my damn business. I do not like to get in the middle of that type of stuff. I really don't.
And when it comes to Halle and DDG, I want y'all to realize that those people, and by those people I mean DDG and his family, they ain't right in the head.
Yeah, they not.
They didn't even notice that a case was being built the moment Halle said, I don't consent to my child being at this stream, and she was like, this tweet or whatever is for court purposes. It seemed like she was kind of trying to spare him, but she was also building her case, and that's smart.
That's one thing I noticed about Halle, and that's why I said that the reason why men are okay with this, and then you also have men protecting other men, is because there are no deal breakers, there are no real consequences. But I'm not saying that you should just be impulsive and reckless with defending yourself. You should be smart, because you can't physically beat a man, but you can outsmart him. And that's one thing I'm noticing with Halle, is like Halle was laying it out. She literally was laying it out, and he kept falling in the traps. And it was so easy because a lot of these men are so egotistical, they think that they're smarter than you. So let them, and then you plan, okay? You plan and you strategize and you execute. I don't care how long it takes, because it seems like Halle's been stacking up evidence, it seems like, for the last 6 months. So it wasn't like a quick thing. And see, that's what a lot of women need to understand. When I say fight back, I'm talking about fight back smart, not impulsive and reckless. I'm saying fight back and be strategic. It may take you 6 months to 3 years. Seriously, you got to be the type of girl where you're willing to be patient when it comes to your fight back, not impulsive and reckless, and then you just act on it immediately. No, take a step back, plan. And maybe you're too emotional right now to do anything. Maybe you need to calm down first and then act. Strength is always, it starts in the mind, okay? Strength starts in the mind. But she was moving in silence. She played every card close. She had every card that she wanted to play close to the chest. She only told trusted individuals because a lot of people didn't even know she was going through this. No one even really knew. Probably Chloe maybe knew, but no one really knew what she was truly going through. So she was just stacking up quietly. She would make certain statements publicly, but even when she would make those public statements, she was being calculated. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about women moving with intent, like being real intentional about the moves you're making and being smart about it, like not just impulsively just being reckless and just reacting. That is not what I'm talking about. Some women are too emotional. When you fight back, you need to be patient with it, and then you need to be intuitive too. You can use your intuitive nature to really fight back, but you trying to fight back like a man, you're gonna lose that. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna lose that. But if you fight back intuitively and you make smart moves, you can execute. You got to be smart though. You can't be overly emotional, and you cannot be impulsive, and you cannot just be reckless. You're going to lose that every single time.
Because sometimes you have to let people, you have to give them enough rope to harm themselves. And what it really boils down to.
And we about to get into the rope. We about to get into the rope that Halle gave this man.
As far as his family flipping on her, one, they're his family, so they're going to take his side, obviously. And two, they have lost the access that she gave them. Like, they were able to meet people and walk on red carpets that they would not have been able to be on without her. Period, point blank. And the sister TT, I mean, it's what's not clicking. You shouldn't have said anything. You shouldn't have even talked about what you reposted, because at the end of the day, that's not your place. That's not your place. And if you really was trying to protect your brother, you would just remain silent and leave everything for the kitchen table. Because you don't see Chloe reposting nothing. You don't see them going on social media talking about the situation.
At all.
It's y'all. It's y'all. And then DDG, no.
I also noticed that Halle's fans is not really doing anything either at all. It's just DVD fans. So, and that says a lot. That says a lot too. That says a lot too.
He has a custody case coming up. And he's sitting there, I guess, his back and forth with Soulja Boy talking about
that was
how
stupid.
He can catch an $80,000 private jet. First of all, as if Soulja Boy ain't been there, done that. And second of all, like, you got a custody case coming up. Custody cases usually include.
And then he dumb because y'all, so you know, this is another thing that I wanted to talk about. The internet is talking about how, DVD is such a great father. He ain't been paying for Halo at all. He is a bum. He is a deadbeat. He just a father on his streams. He ain't taking care of that baby like that. So you got to question, like, so what insurance is he on? Who's paying for his medical health care? That's his housing, his food. Who's doing all of that? So did y'all not peep that? Because she's wanting him to step up and pay some child support, because she's claiming in court documents that he hasn't financially helped her at all. But talking about he can afford a one-way trip to Miami, a private jet for $80,000. The hell? And do you think that's not going to be used in court? People keep saying he the father of the year, but he ain't paid shit since that baby been born. That's crazy. So who paid for the birthday party? Crazy. That's why social media, y'all, is not real life. Social media is not real life. That's all I gotta say. Because she's saying he ain't paid for nothing.
Support. And it's already alleged that you're being a deadbeat. But here you are talking about $80,000 for a private jet, like.
And that's what his fans keep like saying, like, but he's a great father. Halle's saying he has not financially supported that child since that child has been born. So now what? He's just a babysitter then? He babysits Halo when he can make money from babysitting him on live on stream. That's it.
What's not clicking? What is not clicking? Something is wrong with them. I don't care. Something's wrong with them. I don't care what his fans say. Something wrong with y'all too. Something wrong with y'all too. But anyway, deuces.
Okay, so let me show y'all this stream that she's talking about.
So apparently DDG has been crashing out, yelling at the screen on Twitch and all that stuff on his stream, and it's just not looking too good. It seems like Buddy going through it. People talking about the fact that, you know, the ring video footage gonna be shown in court. This clip, I'm not gonna play the clip, but this clip gonna be shown in court. Basically, I'm just yelling at the screen, talking about 80,000 is nothing to me and blah blah blah, and y'all been talking about me for a long time. I'm tired of being, you know, typical frustrated black male behavior. You know, typical crash out type behavior.
Yo, he wild.
And it's not looking too good for Buddy. And then he got that AI video where he was talking to, or acting like he was talking to Halle Bailey, but it was actually AI. I mean, all this stuff is just weird. I mean, it's just very yeah. That restraining order was probably for the best, bro.
Okay, let me show y'all the video. I thought I had downloaded it. Here it is, y'all. This is crazy.
I don't give a. I'm holding my nuts. This. Ooh. Don't let. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Don't let me sell a lot. You better blacklist me. Don't let. Y'all better stop. Y'all creating a monster. Don't let me take vocal lessons on you and really get on. I start sounding like Rihanna, Nick. It's done. I ain't really even tapped in. I ain't learned how to play piano yet or guitar. You better chill. You better chill, bro. When I start singing like The Weeknd, y'all ain't gonna know what the fuck to say then. When I start dropping my albums, just me on some raw wave, what the fuck they gonna say? I'm gonna give y'all this body of work. I'm gonna give y'all this amazing album. I'm gonna give y'all a real body of work that really putting in, really the first it'll stream a whole album, live stream a whole album. They did.
And apparently, y'all, his album sales, I think he sold like 500 copies. I think according to Ray J, somebody said that it was just 500. So he was definitely jealous of Halle. If he listed off the greats, like he said Rihanna, then he said who else did he say?
I'm gonna give y'all this body of work. I'm gonna give y'all this amazing album. I'm gonna give y'all a real body of work that really putting in, really the first it'll stream a whole album, live stream a whole album. They did what I did before. They did what the fuck I did. They never slept on stream. Woke up, smoked some weed and made it hit. They did that.
Did he say Rod Wave?
Cool. Bet. When I start, alright. When I start, best believe I'm gonna flush on you. Best believe I'm gonna flush. 150 on Bruce. Okay. I won't smoke again. And re-beef. Let's redo the order beef. You. Y'all got me done, man. I'm finna start moving so crazy. This is my last year flying commercial. I don't give a. Jet me! Jet me!
Your Honor, I would like child support. He can afford $80,000 for a private jet, one way. This was stupid. Like, this was so dumb. Listen, ladies, how much you think Halle gonna get? How much you think Halle gonna get? because this is crazy. I'm pretty sure this is going to be shown. So then it can back up her claims when it comes to just his behavior. I am waiting on this doorbell ring camera footage. I'm waiting on it.
I got M's getting thrown at me every day.
He got M's being thrown at him every day.
Oh my God, my email's booming. Jimmy. The first class, Jimmy. Y'all got me the May 2nd. And I'm telling y'all, what the fuck are they talking about? I can't wait. Take my chlorophyll water.
Why is he sweating so much?
Got me crashing out.
So he admits that he's crashing out on live?
I can't wait.
That's crazy.
I can't wait. I wish y'all seen my email right now. Jet me. How much it costs one way to Miami? 80. That's it. That's all. Go that man. That homeless out the window. Y'all done tried me for years. DG so ass. Who wanna hear that?
He is insecure, y'all. Listen, I get talked about all the time, but we all get talked about. So I don't be taking it personal. Like, it comes with the territory. Like, you know you're going to get talked about if you put yourself out here on social media. But when you put yourself out here on social media and you insecure, then yeah, you're going to be constantly worried about what this person said, that person said. But it's like, everyone gets talked about. Everyone. I was just on Tisa Tales Live earlier, and someone that was talking shit about her wanted to get on her live stream when she was out there broadcasting the Diddy trial. And she was just like, even though you be talking shit about it, comes with the territory. Like, get out your feelings. This is ridiculous. That's why I'm like, ugh. I cannot stand this. This is weak to me. This is weak.
That's who want to hear. You want to hear. Yeah.
Listen, y'all, this ponytail is from the beauty supply store. This ponytail was $10, $10.99. Okay, I think this is the Vivica Fox. I gotta go look. I've never worn her brand before, but it's Vivica Fox, y'all. It's synthetic. Come on now. Okay, I've been waiting on hair that I ordered from China. It's been almost a damn month, so I was like, damn, I want something different. I want something cute. So I went to the beauty supply store. I got this $10 synthetic curly, the Vivica Fox. I think she got her own little synthetic line. Thank you.
Your hoe want to hear it.
Oh. Okay.
Got me over here drinking green water, stressed out. I ain't stressed. I don't crash out.
So he's stressed. He crashing out. Is he using the sound effects? Is he the one using the sound effects, or is that TikTok? Or whoever created the TikTok video?
Put your hoe on my live stream, got her ass.
Okay, no, it's him. It's him.
I know I'm that. That's the problem. That's why they hate, because I know I'm that. See, these don't know that.
And so do you think that his family can be honest with him, or do you think that his family would have to enable him? His family would have to enable him because he can't handle honesty. He cannot handle honesty. He cannot. And you know what? I think Halle, because we know Halle, she not innocent, right? So I know she be eating them up. Just eating them up. I know he can't handle. And Aries' honesty, we are brutally honest. Brutally honest. I know she can't handle that honesty that she be throwing at him. Probably be like, The only people that can really be around him are enablers. He cannot handle the truth.
All it took was a little live stream to get it. Oh,
this is crazy.
I had to show you in real time that live stream for 50 days. Oh, all of a sudden I get it. Oh, okay. Cool. figured it out. Now I'm finna.
Why is he sweating so much? He been drinking?
I mean, duh. Really on this album singing though. Really on this rapping. I don't get carried once. I don't get carried on my.
And then, like, with him being so arrogant like this, if someone was to ask him, who do you think is the better artist, you or Halle? What do you think? How do you think he would respond? This is crazy. I just want to know what y'all think. How do you think he would respond? Y'all let me know. Hold on. Because, I'm all for people being confident, but, you got to give credit where credit is due. Listen, y'all, I feel like whenever I be seeing people say that we warned Halle about this man, she does not know y'all like that. First of all, y'all dragged Chloe. The general public dragged Chloe, right? And then you think her sister is going to turn around and listen to the general public? This is where parasocial relationships are getting weird for me. Because I can joke and say, yeah, like Halle watches my videos and stuff like that. That girl don't watch my videos like that. Y'all are expecting people on social media to take advice from someone that they don't know that is coming from the general public. Y'all gotta be so for real. What I really wanted to see is I wanted to see Halle listen to her older sister, someone that she knows, someone that's been there for her, that grew up with her, not social media. I would never tell y'all to listen to social media, ever. I would never tell y'all. I come on here and I give advice and stuff like that. And baby, I'm going to tell you, just take what resonates, but don't take everything. That's just not smart. You got to think for yourself. Now, I would like to have seen Halle take advice from her older sister. Her older sister, I've seen her on social media like one time, and it seems like she's just one of those type of sisters you can actually listen to and take advice from. But to think that she should take advice from the general public, y'all, that's when y'all taking the parasocial relationships, y'all taking it a little too far. Y'all taking it a little too far. Bring it back in. And I understand y'all care, y'all fans and everything, but you cannot expect someone to just listen to the general public when it comes to their personal life. You can't. You got to think that you got to be the type of person that is going to assume that a person is just going to make their own choices and decisions. You may not like them. You may not agree with them, and that's okay. And that's when you separate yourself. But to truly expect a celebrity or just a public figure to take your advice when they don't know you, they've never met you, it's just, it's strange, y'all. It's strange. I'm pretty sure that the women around Halle warned Halle and she went against that. I can understand that, but like the general public, it just becomes kind of weird.
You said in the interview, what'd you say? You say,
So I wanted to talk about Kevin Gates because Kevin Gates is a pimp and he's about to explain to you why he likes his women to sleep with other men as long as he gets to record it and it's shown to him. So let's get into that.
You said in the interview, what'd you say? You say, if your girl was sleeping with somebody else, you were like, yo, or as long as you watch the video or some shit like that. I can't remember what it was. It was like, yo.
On the song Shoot My Shot, like me punching dick in a woman with another man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Then somebody says it's.
But it gotta be a man that respect the woman like I respect her. It's a lot of women fantasize about that. They just have a fear of judgment.
Oh, no. Oh, you're talking about like a threesome or whatever.
Yeah, like a threesome. I'm in all that.
But no, you said to Young Miami, you were like, yo, if you go sleep with somebody,
you're a parent.
Bring the video back. That we can watch. And I'm like, hold up, man.
You my favorite porn star. What up?
Nah, that's my homie's like, nah, you gotta ask me if he's, because they said that's like white people cuck stuff. Cause that's what.
I guess so, but I got a big long dick, so I ain't tripping on it. Like,
so you wouldn't be mad if another man penetrated a woman you were interested in or dealing with?
No, cause that's just dick. Me and her have a psychokinetic relationship. Our relationship is deeper than just sex.
You're not talking.
I fantasize about, you know, if I'm with you, you know, hey, listen, you the object of my, you the object of my fantasy. Now you my fantasy, baby.
You're the object of my fantasy, ladies. That is a pimp. So he's willing to pimp you out to another man because he sees you as an object of his fantasy. And see, a lot of women think, oh, because there's no monetary exchange, this is not pimping. It is. It is. He wants you to complete a service for him because you're an object of his fantasy.
My favorite porn star, what you mean? We can explore every sexual avenue that you want to. I love you like that. I ain't gonna please you. What's up?
But do you see how, let's go back, because remember I told you pimp mentality? Pimp mentality is when a pimp, because there are madams out here. So I don't want to say when a man. No, a pimp is when a person convince you that what they want from you is what you want too. Okay? That is pimp mentality. All right? So he goes in, this is manipulation. He goes, most women have that type of fantasy. Does she have that type of fantasy, or is that the fantasy that you want her to have so that you can have your fantasy? See, remember the other guy, and he was like, oh, women can't handle the truth. And it wasn't that women couldn't handle the truth. It was that he couldn't handle what came with telling women the truth. It's the same damn thing, y'all. So let's rewind, because he said, oh, most women have that fantasy, but they just don't want to be judged.
They just have a fear of judgment.
He says it's.
But it gotta be a man that respect the woman like I respect her. It's a lot of women fantasize about that. They just have a fear of judgment.
So when you date Kevin Samuels, he's going to, especially when you're not a well-seasoned woman, okay, you let men think for you. You don't think for yourself. He's going to convince you that that is a fantasy of yours, when really it's a fantasy of his. But pimping would be, he's going to convince you it's your fantasy so that his fantasy can be met. That is what pimping is. Okay? So it's so crazy. So this is crazy, y'all. This is so crazy. And that's what a lot of men do. You see pimps all over this internet. They will convince you that you should have kids when you don't want kids. They will convince you that you want to be a wife when you really don't want to be a wife. They will convince you that you don't want to work when really you do want to work, because it's something that makes you feel good about yourself. They will convince you that your body, your beauty is not all that, or it's not good enough. So they'll tell you that you should get plastic surgery. Baby, that's pimping. Women get pimped every day, but they think because they're not on a street corner that they're not being pimped. It's the mentality that makes it pimping. It's not the environment. A lot of women think it's the environment. It's not the environment. It's the mentality.
Oh, you're talking about like a threesome or whatever.
Yeah, like a threesome. I'm in all of it.
But no, you said to Young Miami, you were like, yo, if you go sleep with somebody, bring the video back. That we can watch it. I'm like, hold up, man.
You my favorite porn star. What up?
Nah, that's my homie's like, nah, you gotta ask me if he's, because they said that's like white people cuck stuff. Cause that's what.
I guess so, but I got a big long dick, so I ain't tripping on it. Like,
so you wouldn't be mad if another man penetrated a woman you were interested in or dealing with?
No, cause that's just dick. Me and her have a psychokinetic relationship. Our relationship is deeper than just sex.
You're not talking.
I fantasize about, you know, if I'm with you, you know, hey, listen, you the object of my, you.
And then if you, okay, so one thing that I want to add too, mix in what he's saying, right? Because he's very convincing. Mix that in with charm. right? Mix that in with sexual attraction. Most women are sold. Most women just go with that. Y'all wonder how he's able to get women like that. Well, that's how. He mixes it in with charm. He lays it on real smooth. He convinces you that it's what you want to. And then that's how he's able to get his way. And see, Kevin thinks he's a good guy because he's honest, but he's manipulative with his honesty. So he's not really honest. He's still deceptive. Okay? That's why I call him a warlock, because if you notice that whenever he's in spaces with women, he manipulates the energy around him with his charm, and then he also manipulates the energy around him with his manipulation. But do you see how hard it is to work over another man? It's harder to overwork or work over another man. And that's why I be telling y'all, like, when you meet a guy and you want to make sure he's on the up and up, put him around another man. He can't work another man like he can work you or your friends or your mother, because most men can overwork you with smooth talk and charm. But he's having a hard time doing it with a man because, well, he's a man. They share that in common. So that's why I tell y'all that.
You the object of my fantasy. Now you my fantasy, but you my favorite porn star. What you mean? We can explore every sexual avenue that you want to.
Oh, yeah.
I love you like that. I ain't please you. What's out? And then I'm just all the way just sexual.
Okay, so let me then ask you the question.
Do I have insecurities with that? No, I don't.
Well, I was going to say, us as men, a lot of times when we think about our partner,
because
we think about almost ownership. Like, well, it's only mine.
We have dick measuring contests with other men, but I don't have that because I'm blessed already. I'm not worried about, babe, his dick was bigger than mine. I don't care about all.
I really need to watch this full interview. So he sat down with academics to have this conversation. Out of all people, why him? I don't understand. And he's doing this for the red pill community. He's doing it for red pill community. I'm actually interested in seeing. I may react to this full thing to really break down his mentality, because he's a pimp, and so is P. Diddy, and a lot of these men have that pimp mentality. They do. And it's easy to work over a woman who doesn't want to think for herself. Like, it's so easy. And then it's so easy to be worked over when you are a woman and you don't have your own mind. Like, it's so easy to work you over. And then another thing, are y'all seeing Jasmine Brown? So I remember when she first started dating Cam, and if you've been like a long time follower of Jasmine Brown, she used to sound so different. She would sound so freaking different. She was literally the opposite of who she is today. But the more she dated Cam, she started changing her talking points. She started changing her rhetoric. And I was like, girl, that man done got in your head. That man is working you over. And then I knew, just based off of her whole rhetoric changing, her tune changing and all of that man was heavily in her head and heavily influencing her. And did you see her on Mother's Day? She's now dressing like him, taking his fashion advice. She looked a tacky ass mess, y'all. I'm sorry. That shit was tacky. I was like, y'all dressing alike. Jasmine, when did you start dressing like this? It was tacky. I was just like, oh my gosh. So he has sat her down and he has pimped her out and has convinced her that having a second baby with him was probably a good idea and a good choice for her. And she just went along with it. I knew he was working her over, because I was just like, wow, Jazzy, you sound so different. You sound so different compared to Jazzy last year. So I knew it then. But then confirmation was on Mother's Day when she was dressing like him. I was like, oh, this is a mess. This is a mess. So again, pimp mentality is when a person can convince you that what they want and what they desire is what you want. And it's what you desire. But it 1,000% serves them. It does not serve you. That is what pimping is. That is what pimping is, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. Pimping is when someone convinces you that their desires, their wants are now yours. But it 1,000% serves them, not you. Okay? So pimping is all up and through the black community. Pimping is what created the mammy and it's what created the pick-me's. Pimping is all up and through the church. Everything that women do serves man. It doesn't serve themselves. They have convinced them that it does. Oh, I'm favored by God. Everything, anything that's self-serving for a woman, that's a sin. That's forbidden. You shouldn't be serving yourself. Absolutely not. Anything that where a woman is self-serving or where a woman is being served, you're not supposed to be doing that. So pimping, y'all, pimping happens every day. It's not on just the street corner. The girls think it just happens on the street. No, it don't. I see pimping every day. I'm like, damn. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Let me know. Should I react to this whole interview, sit down and do a breakdown regarding his mentality? Honestly, I'm up for the challenge. The last guy, like I said, he was saying that women don't like the truth. And I'm like, Negro, you don't like what comes with telling women the truth. You don't like how you wouldn't get your way if you were to tell women the truth, majority of the time. So y'all let me know. Please give the video a thumbs up by showing me if you would like for me to react to that, and I will. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for spending time with me, and I will catch you in my next one. Please give the video a thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's night.